Welcome to the Queen Chit Chat Show. This is your host, Queen, and your other co-host,
Diva.
Hey, how you doing out there? Today we just want to talk about
unproductive relationships.
Unproductive relationships. Oh, girl. Don't get me started on those ones. Don't get me started on those ones. So, tell us.
I mean, sometimes we look at unproductive relationships in the sense that, are you in something that's unstable or something that's stagnant? Are you happy? Are you going anywhere with it? Because if you're not, you're in an unproductive relationship, and that's how I see it.
Okay, so define relationship, because what I'm understanding from you young'uns these days, you've got texterships, situationships, flirtationships. I don't even know. What do you mean relationship? And are you just talking about a relationship with a spouse or friendships, family members, or all of the above?
All the above. A relationship. I mean that in every aspect. Whatever you're in with someone is considered a relationship. You know, whether it's a friendship, whether it's something with family, or being in a relationship with a partner, whether it's full-term or long-term or whatever it is that you're in. As long as you are in something with someone right now, it's a relationship. So I feel like certain relationships are unproductive. You should kind of cancel them or move your focus away from them.
But because it's not easy to do that.
Not always easy not always easy, but acknowledge that this relationship is unproductive. And then you can go from there, because some people don't even realize they're in unproductive relationships. Are you in a situation or relationship with someone where you don't go out, you don't really date, but you're kind of seeing each other, but you don't know what you are? Those kind of situations where you know, it's complicated. Unproductive. It's because it's unproductive, because you don't know which direction it's going in. It's unproductive.
But those are your situationships, though, that you people get yourselves into, and then you don't define it. You don't want to give it tags. You don't want to give it titles. That is not productive, unless somebody now catches feelings and drowns. Then you now turn around and say, "Oh, I didn't know it was not a relationship." So, educate me. I don't get it.
It's true. I mean, okay, I feel like when something is unproductive and it stays in your life, it's very toxic.
Yeah.
Because you don't grow from it, and you're stagnant. You're not going to go anywhere. It's just unstable, and instability can cause other issues such as insecurity, trust issues. It can cause you to have self-doubt and to reevaluate your self-worth. And if once something makes you question yourself in all these aspects, it's something that's not good and it's toxic, and thus it being unproductive, because you're not going to move from it, you're not going to grow from it. And some people don't sit down to acknowledge this situation or the issue that's happening.
But I understand what you're saying and everything, but why do you get yourself into a relationship that does not define what you want? Well, in my day, before a guy, and trust me, I'm not that old, but I just have morals and values, but in my day, a guy would take you out on dates. Okay, actually, let me rewind. A guy would maybe ask for your number, then you start texting, you start talking on the phone, and then he'll be like, "I want to take you out to the cinema." You hang out, you date, and then he'll pop the question as in, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?" And then you'll be like, "Oh, let me think about it." And then you take 2 weeks to think about it, hoping you'll still wait for you. Not like today's Love Island. If you don't tell me now, bye. But yeah. And then I'll be like, yeah, so I know what it is before I enter it. I'm not going to give you my time, my affection, my minutes. And those days we used to top up our phone, T-Mobile, those who remember, I'm not going to do all that, give you my time. That's a boyfriend thing that I have to do. And if you're not yet my boyfriend, I shouldn't be doing all those things with you. But now I find that people are together, they're going on dates, they're doing everything. But then there's no label to it. It is what it is. We're just doing what we're doing. No tags, no labels, no this, no that. Why?
I don't know, because I find an untitled relationship is questionable in the beginning, because the only time something should not have a title to it, and I'm not saying I condone it, but is when people have fuck buddies, and even then it's got a title to it, because you know that it's only just going to stay as that. You're people who are doing it. But when you want something more serious with someone, and you know, I always say date to marry, because that is the goal. You know, no one's 16 who has to be like, you know, you can have 5-10 boyfriends before you're a certain age, you know. But when like, okay, coming up to my 30s very soon, you start to look at things like you want to date to marry, because that is the end, not the end goal, but it is a goal that you just want to, I can't say that you just want to like attain, but it's something that it's something to look forward to, because you know that you've built something with someone, you've grown with them, you've produced something from it, and you've built, you know, with that relationship. Because right now, a lot of people, you're dating, but you're not dating to marry. You're not dating to change your situation. You're not dating to better yourself or to grow.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're just being unproductive. And when something becomes that stagnant, it's just very, what are you going to get out of life? You're just going to waste your time. And time wasted is money wasted. You know what I mean? It's money lost. Because time is the most expensive thing you can ever give someone.
Yeah.
And you have to invest it in the right person and the right relationship with it.
That's true.
And don't let somebody waste your time twice, because, the first time they waste it, you know, shame on them. The second time, that's on you. You can't blame anyone else from that. So that's why you have to sit there and acknowledge that, hold on, is this thing that I'm in productive? Yes or no? If it's not necessarily toxic, but you have to understand that it may progressively go towards the toxic side, because you're not moving with it. You don't know what you're doing. You end up in a relationship with someone for 5 years. And you're not dating to marry. You're not growing. You're not doing anything. What are you doing? You know, you end up thinking, so am I not worthy to marry? Am I not worthy to build something with? Am I not worthy to have something with someone with? That person might be perfect, but that just might not be your person.
Okay, so if you knew a girl who was in a toxic relationship and you know it's not going anywhere, how would you tell them? And how, if they're actually like your friend or family, how would you approach the situation to help them to get out?
Firstly, identify the relationship that you're in. You've got to ask yourself, am I getting what I'm giving? Am I receiving what I'm giving? Am I giving what I'm, like, you know, vice versa? Are you giving, you know, exactly what you're receiving?
Yeah.
And if you're giving more than you are receiving, you have to look at it in the sense that, okay, some people have love languages. And within these love languages, everybody does different things. Some people, you know, they love words of affirmation. Some people love affection. Some people love gifts. Some people love giving.
Holidays,
there's different things that people do.
Yeah.
However, it's, sorry, I'm so sorry. Look, the spider is literally coming down the way. I think also, so when you identify those kind of things and you identify your love languages, it's a thing of, are you happy in the situation that you're in, or in the relationship that you're in? Do you see yourself with this person?
Yeah.
And do they see themselves with you? These are the important questions you've got to ask.
Yes, but you can ask those questions and people are very fake, because you can see yourself going somewhere with the guy, but the guy is just seeing you as a timekeeper for the next chick who's going to come along. So even if you ask them, am I that person for you? They will be like, yes, definitely, I love you, I want to be with you, da 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 da. But then at the end of the day, they just waste your time and tell you, like, chick, I don't want to be with you anymore. Goodbye, later, alligator, all that stuff. So
I mean, that too, but then with that, someone may say something, but their actions prove otherwise. Actions will always speak louder than words, regardless. So someone can say to you, yes, I want to be with you, I want to do this with you, but if they're not doing it with you, that person does not want to do it with you. Because
what if they're busy?
If you're too busy for me, it's just one of those things. If someone's too busy, dead it.
Guys will tell you I'm busy.
I'm sorry, but somebody you really care about, you always make time for.
I'm at work.
There's 24 hours in a day. Even if it's 5 minutes you spend talking to that person, you're giving that person 5 minutes of the time that you have free.
I was in a bad mood today.
I mean,
issues happen at work.
Things happen, but you can just be like, look, I'm just going through a hard time today, or this week, or something, and the person can understand lack of communication. But if you're always in a bad thing, or something, you're always busy, you're always something, what is the point of that person? What's that person holding on to? Because if you look at it in the sense that when you really like someone, you want to invest as much time as you can in that person, or speaking to them and growing with them. But if someone gives you that thing of they barely speak to you, or they barely do anything with you, you have to read the line, like the signs. You gotta see, the signs are right there. They're in your face. How they speak to you is also a reflection of how they feel about you.
Yeah.
You know, how they treat you, and also they might say something, and the action says otherwise, but you yourself, common sense, just look at it. And even though the person might be perfect, that's the person you envision yourself with.
Yeah.
They just might not be your person, and you just have to accept that and go your separate ways and be happy about it and be like, you know what, I learned what I want and I learned what I'm entitled, what I feel I should have in life.
I read this meme on Instagram the other day that said that if you haven't heard from your dude the whole day, just know that his other relationship is going very well. So sometimes you just need to see signs from somewhere to just let you know that, you know what, this relationship is not going anywhere. It is unproductive and it's time to let it go.
It's time consuming, and I understand that, because what I always say at the end of the day, right? And so many people really do need these words. Like, life is too short to burden yourself with unproductive, unstable, and toxic relationships. You just cannot be in that. We all deserve better. So don't hold on to something just because, I've known him or dated for this amount of time. Sometimes that person just isn't your person, and it's fine. But some people hold on to it because they want to be seen in a relationship. They want to be posting relationship goals, babe goals. They want to be posting
Everybody
goals.
wants to go on a vacation.
Everybody wants, everybody wants something. Some people want a wife before they've even made you their girlfriend, and you're like, you cannot skip steps because you've got to grow and learn about each other. And I feel like sometimes you like someone so much, you ignore all the red flags, or you ignore all the signs, you ignore so much because you really love the idea of the person, but the reality of that person is completely different.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to understand and accept that.
Very true, very true. But what I would say, in terms of family,
it's very difficult for you to cut off family. So even if you have a very unproductive relationship with a family member, at the end of the day, if something happens, their family, we just still have to go and support them. You might not necessarily like them, you might not get along with them well, but hey ho, they're family. But with friendships, I think I'm the queen of cutting people off. Yeah, if your vibe, if I just even feel one way that you're not a true friend for me, I'm the one who's giving everything in, and you're not taking any time to give anything back. I just withdraw myself. I don't hate you. I see you. I say hello to you, but I don't want nothing to do with you anymore. The friendship is done. I'm not for unproductive friendships.
So you do block and delete on the phone and in real life?
Yeah, when I see you in real life, which means which I don't think that's gonna really happen. I hardly see my friends that I cut off, but I just block, delete, and that's it.
Exit.
I'm not gonna. You will never hear me saying crap about you. You might go around saying crap about me. I don't care. Even if I hear it, I'm not gonna ask you. But you're always gonna be wondering, how come this girl just managed to chuck me out of her life like that? And then you'll never get the answer. Because you would have been unproductive in my life, and I just cut you. Yeah. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple as.
No, I hear that. I mean, in the terms of family, right? It's not about cutting off in that sense, but it's a thing of you have to understand your boundaries and how you deal with that particular member. Because some people are very toxic to a point where it's more harmful for that person to be in your to always be around you or in your life. But family parties, hey, you know how to keep the conversation going. If they call, you know what to say and what not to say, because sometimes people are so quick to be, if they're negative, they're so quick to say some horrible things to you. So people, apply for a job. Oh, are you sure you're qualified for that job? Are you sure you want to, there's so many negative things. So you have to be very wise as to how you speak to certain people and the certain things that you say.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm always like, just things that are just not productive, just learn how to deal with it for you to have your own peace of mind. I feel like a lot of people right now, so many mental illnesses are developing in people because people try to maintain too much and they take on too much, and it's not fair. All these things end up being very toxic. So do things that make you happy and understand and know your worth.
Okay, so just to recap, today's topic was unproductive relationships. And what did the diva say?
I said, life's too short to burden yourself with unstable and unproductive relationships. They're all toxic. We all deserve better. So go get yours, boo. This has been Queen Chit Chat, and we'll be with you next week.
Ciao.